This is a secret meeting of your leaders who are creating an unelected combine to dictate your future, and you have no say in it, no matter what. These people and you got these people running by during all this madness. It's totally crazy what's going on here in Dresden.
Well, the German people are great folks, and they're really awake, I've noticed, but their governments are really evil, and it's just like our government's evil. You know, what happens if America gets in a war like Germany did and tens of millions of us die because we didn't do enough to stop what's coming down? What do you make, I don't know if you've heard this, they admit, and even New York Daily News, that a secret committee met with the Associated Press on Monday and told them the results of the election via the superdelegates. That's Voter News Services. That's how they've stolen elections before. But now it's being forced out in the open, and the media is acting like it's normal, dude.
Well, I was looking at the return results, and I think it was Montana, I'm not sure, where Bernie Sanders won the popular vote, and he still got less delegates. So they're just, once again, I pointed this out 3 or 4 times. It's just ridiculous. It's just, at any time he wins a race, and he won by like 8 or 9%. Like, he should have had more, at least 3 more delegates than Hillary Clinton, but he had 1 less than she did. So that's how it's going. Bernie supporters, that's what they're doing to you. They're taking your dreams. They're taking basically exactly what happened to the Ron Paul movement. Although they had so many people in that race in 2008, 2012, Ron Paul wasn't able to maintain momentum. But here it was just a 2-person race. I think if Ron Paul would have been going against like Mitt Romney or John McCain, it would have been a totally different story if it had just been one-on-one. But people got to see that's what would have happened to Ron Paul. They would have been stealing delegates. They'd have been stealing the election just by a few percentage points because that's how they manipulate it. But yeah, the fact that they knew what the results were going to be with these super delegates, and people just let it go.
It's open, stolen election out in the open. Oh, let's go over here. The cop's talking to these people. He's talking to them like they're human. Run over there. He's going to run off. Walk over there, watch. He'll run off. Yeah. And just say, hey, who's meeting inside? What is this meeting?
So you're going to talk to these guys, but you won't talk to me? You don't want to talk with me because I'm an evil American?
Because he's the press.
He laughed when I said evil American, so he doesn't think I'm an evil American. You need to look up the Bilderberg.
You do look like the dude, though, from Big Lebowski.
I do.
Yeah, ask those folks what he said. Ask the old folks.
What's that? What is Bilderberg? Okay, Bilderberg is a meeting of 200 of the most powerful people in Western Europe, Canada, and the United States that get together. Well, so the King of the Netherlands is going to be here. Angela Merkel's ministers are going to be here. There's no, we don't know if the president is coming, but Hillary, well, yeah, Obama's probably not going to come, but Hillary Clinton might. She might show up. She went to a meeting in 2008 when they were going to decide whether it was going to be Obama or Clinton. But they meet here. And when you talk to, they won't even say Bilderberg. He won't say Bilderberg. He might have, but the people inside will not say Bilderberg. They're afraid. And so they're having this meeting in secret. And these are Germans, Austrians, Polish. Yeah, it's a secret meeting. They won't talk. There will be, you notice there's only alternative media here. Tomorrow, they're all going to be coming in.
Oh, this guy's going behind the curtain. Stay there, dude. I'm going to come back to you and Alex Newman. Stay with us. Alex Newman is an educator, and he writes for the New American Magazine, and he has dug through Obama's rural communities plan, also the rewilding plan, and then now they have this diversification plan saying that money and wealth and also scientific know-how is fleeing to the suburbs of the countryside. Absolutely. You want to live in cities where they charge you $5,000 a month for a 250 square foot apartment? That's the model. You don't get something smaller and then get a value. They screw you. It's how to get all your money. They want 90% tax. That's Agenda 21. That's what the robber barons want. They exempt themselves from the taxes. I have articles here today where McDonald's globally is getting countries to exempt it from taxes. And here's the issue. Everybody else that's in the country, their businesses don't. That's what the New World Order is. They write all these rules and regulations to put us in flypaper, and they're just flying around above us. I mean, and it's not just that. It's criminal laws they exempt themselves from. This is what world government is. So he's got a new article out on it, but there it is, out of the Financial Times of London. Brussels serves up McDonald's secret exchanges with Grand Duchy to get tax breaks nobody else in the country gets, to bring in their crap. How about more taxes on your garbage food? Now, that's social engineering, so I don't want that. But I'm saying instead of you getting always the exemptions and then wondering why the place with a great hamburger next door is $4 more, it's because they've got to pay all the taxes, the Obamacare, and the rest of it. So we're going to go to Alex Newman in a moment, his story. UN adopts education plan to indoctrinate children in globalism. That's one article. And then we've got another one. The reason I wanted to get him on is about the situation with the zoning. If you guys could print me that article where, oh, we're going to not make the countryside racist. That's like, oh, Germany, a town has 102 residents. They bring in 700, quote, Syrians who are really just invading from all over the world into Syria, into Turkey. I mean, it is just mind-blowing. Imagine 700 people in your town of 100, and you're supposed to pay for everything. So we're going to be talking to him while we talk to Rob Dew and crew who are on the ground in Dresden, Germany, and we're just educating Germans who were walking up talking to the police saying, what is this? And they wouldn't tell them. So the man says, yeah, they won't tell us, you know, we're here. What is it? He goes, it's a secret global government conference with world leaders. And the guy's like, what? So let's go back to Rob Dew to put bookends on that and then ride shotgun with us till the bottom of the hour. Dude, this is just getting crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, and that older couple, they were totally freaked out by what I told them. I wish we hadn't gone to break. I wish we would have skipped the break right then, because I was sitting there educating him, just going, this is what it is. These are the people. Because I'm like, you know, 200 of the most powerful people. Oh, who are they? Oh, the king of the Netherlands, the head of Google, you know, the editors at Bloomberg and The Economist, and also the Peter Thiel, who's a big investment banker. I just started naming off all these people that are coming here to basically dictate your future. And then I said, these people are total hypocrites. Inside, in the rooms, we couldn't get our air conditioning to work, okay, for 2 days. Luckily, it's nice, so we just opened the windows. They built a giant stage with a plastic frame on top, like a giant tent with its dome looking. And they're pumping in air conditioning into this dome because it's hot, because the sun's hitting it. It's inside the courtyard. You can't see it from here, but we shot a video on it this morning. Called it the location of the Bilderberg foam party found, because it looked like they have these hoses and they're going to like pump in foam at some point and run around and jiggle with each other or something disgusting like that. But they have giant vents and they're pumping in air conditioning into this thing while they're telling you can't have air conditioning, and people don't get that. And it's really, it's just, they're total hypocrites. And the guy's like, yeah, you're right. We'll check it out. And he asked how to spell it. And then him and his wife walked off to enjoy their night. But, you know, they're walking around here. They're wondering what's going on. Why do they have these concrete pylons? Why do they have bomb-sniffing dogs? There's two cars over here with bomb-sniffing dogs that they've been bringing up into the
Rob,
room.
I surmised, because I saw him talking to the cop, and then he came over and said, I don't know what this is, that the cop hadn't told him. Did you get a chance to ask him what the cops told him it was?
No, he was asking them what it was, and they said it was an event. They don't ever say what it is. And it's just like what happened with us inside and talking to the security outside. So they have Bilderberg security, they have the red lanyards, and they were walking around. They said, you got to move your car. And I said, why do we have to move our car? What's going on? Oh, nothing's going on. Why do I have to move my car? You know, what's the big deal? So it's just, we're not going to tell you what's going on. Don't say the words Bilder and Berg together, because we'll totally freak out. The staff had a just conniption fit this morning when three other reporters, Luke and Dan Dix and Lauren Southern, stayed in their rooms. They kind of just stayed in their rooms after the noon o'clock hour. So we filmed them coming out. And, you know, these people were totally freaking out. They don't want to say anything because I guess they're afraid to lose their job, because, you know, once you lose your job anywhere in you know, Europe or the United States, well, you might not find another one. And then you're going to be destitute like those other people out there, you know, the poor and destitute of the world. So your only choice is to submit to these demons that are coming here and want to rule us like gods.
I've got two new articles. Swedish police accuse migrant rape, blame Nordic alcohol culture and ignorance. That's what was being mentioned earlier. That's from Breitbart.com. Here's another one. Obama making bid to diversify wealthy neighborhoods. But you read deeper, it is to bring in Agenda 21 in the countryside. And our guest has written an article about that. I want to bring him in about both these issues and tie it all together with Alex Newman of thenewamerican.com. I tell you, Alex, to actually see the shadow government being exposed, this is a huge victory. To see mainstream news have to report they're indeed in there making policy, this is a big victory. But now we've got to go the rest of the way. Give us your take on the leaked agenda that we have exclusively gotten for global taxes. We know that's already on the agenda, but we've confirmed it. Internet taxes to track the web, internet censorship, and do you stay with us and pop in anytime you'd like. But Alex, just amazing to see their agenda coming from this little secret meeting every year, and then whatever they want to do from our sources ends up being the new policy just within a few weeks.
Thanks for having me, Alex. And it really is amazing how everything is coming out into the open now. You guys' coverage of Bilderberg has been awesome. I actually met some of your guys in Copenhagen covering Bilderberg a few years ago, and great work you guys are doing. And it's amazing to see how the Bilderberg is out in the open now. I did a quick search this morning for news on Bilderberg, and it's in all the big newspapers. So now they're talking about it. It's exposed, and it's thanks to the work of the alternative media, people like you guys who are really out there doing the job that the media should have been doing and that you guys have been doing for many years. So it's amazing to see. Keep up the good work. And, the agenda is really troubling now that it's coming out, with the global taxes. They've been on this mission for a long time. But now as people are waking up, now as the agenda comes out into the open, now is the time for humanity to stand up and say, no, we're not going to pay global taxes. No, we're not going to allow you to brainwash our children in government schools with, UN globalism and spirituality. This is the kind of stuff they're talking about now. So, great work, and let's keep it up because we can still definitely win this.
Sure. And I mean, to be clear, I'm not trying to say good work to you, good work to me or anything. I'm saying we're having success in the war. We're identifying the whole shadow apparatus. They fought so hard to keep it secret because it can't continue on having a secret dictatorial planetary program forever. We're going to have a debate about this.
That's right. And we're now coming in the time when this is going to be out in the open. The tyranny could only be implemented under the radar for so long. Now it's starting to hit home. Now you're getting millions of third world immigrants coming in under the guise of refugees. Now they're cranking down the screws with the global taxes and the carbon taxes and the shutting down the businesses and diversifying the neighborhoods and putting the globalism into the schools openly. So now that this is out in the open, you really have to be a zombie to not understand what's happening. So now is when, how do they say, now is crunch time, right? Now we really need to get busy. Now everybody can see what's happening. They can't conceal it anymore. So now is the opportunity, I think.
Exactly. Let's be clear. When they send, these are real stories, a town of 700 Germans, they send 3,000. There's a metric I've noticed. 700 Germans, 3,000 invaders. Okay, a town of 102, we send in 700. This is to erase those groups, take them over, and create an enclave that's state-funded where they then start pumping in more refugees. And I've noticed here, it's in the hundreds of thousands. They say it's in the thousands. It's in the hundreds of thousands. Just like Europe said it was in the hundreds of thousands, it was millions. And they are sending them to small towns of a few hundred. They'll send 100 Syrian refugees. They're taking over. They're setting up the breakup of the country. Alex, get into this whole rewilding after the break. Also how they're trying to, quote, diversify the neighborhoods. What's behind that? But first, Rob Dew, your questions or comments for Alex Newman of the New American Magazine.
Well, I'll just tell it like it is, Alex, that we talked to this guy, Mohammed, who said basically they're given free housing and food, and they're giving them spending money, and they're told they can't do anything else. They have to sit around and do nothing. So you're just
They've got to learn to be wards of the state. They're being fashioned, exactly. and then in a few years, they'll become police officers after they've gone through the courses.
Well, either that or they're going to become jihadis because they're sitting around and they don't like the looks they're getting from the German people. They don't like how they're being treated by the people in the area. So they're getting resentment. And so that's just building inside of them. And I could feel it the way he was talking. He's like, they look at me funny. And then when I walked over there to talk to him, he was with a group of 5 other guys. They all looked at me like they wanted to kill me. They were like, they were pissed off. And they didn't want to talk to me at all. Only one guy did. And but he gave me that perspective. Of course, he's like,
I stay here, everyone hate me, but it's mine now. Free stuff. Ugh.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, he wasn't going to leave. So they're going to stay here for the free stuff. But then what's going to happen after that? What's going to happen after 1 year or 2 years that he's inside Germany and getting nothing or getting all this stuff, but not having to do anything for it?
Rob Dew, stay there. I'm going to come back with
a system of babies.
Absolutely. Rob Dew in Germany. We're talking to Alex Newman here in the U.S. I'm in the U.S. Alex, going out to break in 1 minute. What comes next after this? How does the political class think they're going to get away with this?
Well, it's funny. You guys are at Bilderberg right now. They told us. Peter Sutherland, the Goldman Sachs guy, member of the Bilderberg Steering Committee for quite some time. Now he's the UN czar for mass migration. And he told us what's going on here. He said, we have to get rid of these old shibboleths, this national sovereignty, these borders. We're all just one big human family. So that's the plan. That's what they think they're going to do. They're going to flood the countries with people who have no conception of Western civilization because Western civilization is not compatible with globalism. And, that's the agenda.
Now, I'm going to get Josh Owens on here in a moment and then to get Paul Watson to pop back in with his take from Dresden, our 3 reporters there. But I don't see their whole project going too well, Alex Newman. If it's criminal, if it's illegitimate, if the EU never got voted on for these countries to join it, once the public learns about that, the numbers in the polls, like the British exit, the Brexit, only turns against the New World Order. I mean, aren't they incredible?